Little delicate. You got into an argument with your girlfriend. You have a child together, correct?
Yes, sir.
The child was acting up. There's no other way to say it. She alleges that you twisted her nipples, causing great pain.
No, sir.
Which is probably good. It's alleged that on or about 10/23, October 24th, that you assaulted someone you were living together with, had a dating relationship, Kelly Proxmire. Kelly Proxmire. This is a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. The prosecutor is recommending that I put you on a probation with a deferral. And if you successfully complete the probation and the deferral, the charge would be made non-public. You wouldn't have a conviction on your record, and you wouldn't do any additional jail time. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Other than that, did anybody promise or anything to get you to plead to this?
No, sir.
Or threaten you?
No, sir.
I do remember reading this case, and you heard me go through the advice of rights. You've been in the front row watching everything carefully. You understand you have those same rights?
Yes, sir.
In order to be eligible for that charge, you have to have not had, or that offer, not had any previous assaultive charges. Have you ever been convicted of any sort of domestic assault
No,
charge?
sir. No.
I don't believe he has any kind of criminal record, Your Honor.
I didn't see anything,
No, I never did any problems any time.
which is why I said I've never met him before. What do you do, Mr. Hudson?
I worked for Stryker Medical for 9 years now. I was assembler for 7 and 2 years as a final inspector now.
Yeah, I met you at your arraignment and you told me that same
Yes.
stuff. So that's a good job.
Yes, sir.
Maybe you could work something out and you could drive the guy from M40 to, he's got to be up in
Well,
that.
I live
same-
in Portage, sir, so I
Oh,
live
well,
5
maybe you
minutes from
could
my
sleep
job.
on your couch.
No.
Yes, that's a very good job that you have. You told me you liked it there very much. All right, this is a little delicate. You got into an argument with your girlfriend. You have a child together, correct?
Yes, sir.
The child was acting up. There's no other way to say it. She alleges that you twisted her nipples, causing great pain, and that apparently you've done that before. Do you acknowledge that?
Yes, sir.
Now, you say that you're now living in Portage, so she's still on West Street.
Yes.
Have you been able to see your child?
Yes.
They coordinate with third parties. I did advise him to seek some recourse in the family court as far as an order, but that was not part of this case. However, I was going to ask the court today if the bond conditions could be modified to allow contact as it relates to the child only.
I'm not ready for that. Well, yes, pled. So, but she's not on notice of it. What I can do is try to set it for sentencing sooner rather than later. The law requires in a domestic violence with a complaining witness that I adjourn the matter at least 10 days. The prosecutor did ask for that consideration. So I'm sure Ms. Harden told you I can't do the sentence today. Are you missing work right now?
I took today off, sir, for the,
What shift do you work?
I work first shift. I work from 5:30 to 2:15, pretty much.
All right. Well, I'm willing to do this in the afternoon. Occasionally I'll block out time on Mondays. Let's see what we've got here. Mr. Hudson entered a plea on December 6th. He pretty much owned it and admitted to what happened. According to the information I had, this isn't the first time this sort of thing happened. Also, the prosecutor's recommendation for the deferral. This may be more appropriate for the whole domestic violence treatment program rather than anger management, but let's hear from you, Ms. Harden.
Thank you, Your Honor. As the court's aware, as indicated at the time of the plea, my client does not have any kind of criminal record. He is gainfully employed at Stryker and has been there for almost 10 years. Since the incident, he has obtained independent housing in Kalamazoo County and is residing there. The parties do have a minor child in common. The child is fairly young. And prior to this and the no contact provision, my client lived with Ms. Proxmire and that child. So that child has known her father her entire life. So the restraints put on this case do affect that relationship. I did advise him, because the parties are not married, that he would most likely have to seek court intervention to get some kind of court orders to preserve and protect his rights. At the time of the plea, it sounds as though the parties are no longer in a relationship. However, because of that child, they are going to have to maintain contact with one another for the next significant amount of time. So I'm asking the court to grant the deferral status. My client is the exact type of person that this program was generated for. It's a second chance for him to keep this off of his record. He does reside in Kalamazoo County as indicated. I would ask the court to allow the probation department the discretion to allow him to explore a program up there because of his work schedule. That's part of the reason why the hearing was set out later today, was to accommodate him. I would ask that the court, again, allow the probation department the discretion to let him complete that program in Kalamazoo County versus St. Joe County, as long as it's a comparable program, and that he be allowed to be discharged early upon completion of that program. Again, the parties are going to have to maintain some kind of relationship due to the child. However, since this has come about, he has gained independent housing out of county, and he's going to continue to work to be the best father that he can. Thank you.
This child was quite young, like 3 months or so, 1
Yeah,
month,
she's 15 months right now.
15 months.
Almost 50 months.
Okay, it was about a year at the time. All right. I'll hear from Ms. Davis, then Ms. Proxmire will hear from you, then we'll hear from Mr. Hudson. Ms. Davis, maybe you were here on December 6th. I had so many cases that day. I had about 15 pleas, but you're in charge of things at this point. What would you like me to know?
Your Honor, was not here on that date. I had training and then a funeral that morning. But as far as domestic violence cases in this particular fact pattern, the victim did turn in her victim impact statement. And from the beginning, her position has been, it's not necessarily jail that's going to help anything. You're getting a handle on his emotions, behaviors, that sort of thing. So I think that what Ms. Hurton said is accurate. This is the type of case that we want to see individuals avail themselves to the statutory dismissal so that they can get the skills that they need to not have these issues in the future, especially when they do have the child together. So if there's anything else that Ms. Proxmire would like to add.
I don't believe I have the victim impact statement.
It was dated at the end of October.
I have crime victims' rights form.
Did you check no for it?
What?
She might have checked no on the bottom of it to not have it included.
Oh, okay. Well, all right, you're here. I'm glad you're here. What would you like me to know?
Well, not only do we have a child together, but I also have a child since before him that's 8 that he has been a father figure for.
Oh, that's what Jordan meant. I
Yeah.
I thought you was talking about the child that he's been a father figure to the other child.
Yeah, he's been a father
His
figure to
child.
8-year-old.
All right, but
But yeah,
and the
there's
other
another
child.
child in
Okay,
the home
all right,
that's not
all right.
his
I'm
child.
sorry.
Yes.
Go ahead.
So I know he regrets what he's done, and he's lost his family because of it, and I feel like the therapy is definitely going to help so that he can be a father figure for my child and our other child together. And I don't think him going to jail or anything like that is going to help him or help our children.
Well, this was a big economic hit.
Yes.
He's working at Stryker. He's got a very, very good job. You're in the same household. You've got just one household,
Yes.
2 kids. All of a sudden he's gone.
Yes, I did not have a job previously at that point because I was stayed at home for our baby. I have since started a job myself, but it's only part-time because that's what I can get, and I haven't been able to get daycare yet. So it's been very difficult.
All right, so you're not writing this off. Perhaps if he does a successful job in here, you could be a father and a
Yes.
family again.
Yes, but
No?
I mean, it's something that we definitely need to work on. It's not just something that's gonna happen right away kind of thing. But,
Ms. Proxmire, what was your graduation year?
for high school,
Yes,
2002.
all right, yeah, that I do know, obviously.
Oh.
But I thought I knew you under a different name.
Probably just because of my last name, my brother and all that.
All right, well, let's hear from you, Mr. Hudson.
You need to know, sir, I'm just,
Well,
First time
what
I
you
got
did
this.
was demeaning,
yes, it was wrong and disrespectful and
yes.
not something in my character of my 30 years of my life ever been in a situation. No, I'm very sorry to Mrs. Proxmire to put her in a situation like that, knowing we've been together on and off for the past almost 5-6 years, but together for the whole time, all the way up until October. And now we.
Well, as the song says, you don't know what you got till it's gone. All of a sudden, you're out of the house. You're in two separate households. If you start to pay child support,
Already doing that. Currently leaving here to go pay last week's bill.
and
So.
child support's a bad deal for the mother. It's not enough money for her. It's a bad deal for the father. It's too much money from him. When you're all in the same household, sharing that revenue and income, it's best for everybody. But also, this wasn't the first time this happened. I think this was something you're going to need to get a handle on. It is disrespectful. And I do believe that you are remorseful about it. But I think you did just spend 1 day in jail. You got arrested on the 4th. You posted a bond. I do have some money here. I'm gonna do a 12-month probation. It could be extended if needed. I'm gonna order 13 days in jail, credit 1. Of the 13 days ordered, 12 are deferred. Again, I'm gonna forego the fine. $75 crime victims' rights fee, a $50 state minimum fee, $150 attorney, $480 probation oversight fee, and you to pay for the class.
And Your Honor, you had indicated that you weren't sure if you were gonna look at domestic violence group or anger management.
I'm gonna do the full domestic violence group. I will allow him to explore doing the program in Kalamazoo County. We had in fact availed ourselves of some help from KPEP and doing some of the program with the assistance of the Kalamazoo Probation Enhancement Program. So I know they have programming there. Now, ultimately, however, if this is going to work out, you end up in the same house, that's not up to me. Right now, you're living in Kalamazoo. No assaultive or threatening behavior. Drugs or alcohol were not a factor here. This was just fatigue. Parents of young children are exhausted. You were exhausted, he was exhausted, and it resulted in this incident. I had a young couple many years ago. They both worked shift work and they had a young daughter. And he was tired, wanted her to take care of the child. She was tired, wanted him to take care of the child. He fell asleep on the couch with a pistol under the cushion. And the little girl, who was about 3, was there in close proximity of the gun. So mom picked up the gun, palm of her hand. It was a very small pistol, hit him in the middle of the back with the gun and discharged and killed him. And I had to pick up the pieces. It's called negligent or careless discharge of a firearm resulting in death. We had a trial and she was convicted. But that doesn't bring him back or do anything for his family or the child. But when people are tired, they do things maybe they wouldn't normally do. But what troubles me about this is you had done this before. So that's why I'm doing the whole anger management class. May explore doing the class in Kalamazoo.
Thank you.
Now, I'm lifting the no contact provision. That's with your agreement. You guys can sit down and have Christmas dinner together. The kids can bite you in the leg if they want to, but you're not prohibited from having contact. Now, I'm not telling you that you can have contact, but there's no assaultive or threatening behavior. I don't like to do these sentences without the complaining witness here. In fact, I almost never do. At least I give an opportunity to be here. And I like to have input from the prosecutor. Because I want to make sure that I'm not doing something that you're not in agreement with. So let's recap. You owe me, well, I think that's $755. You posted $200 of bond. Make sure that I got $200 of bond. I think it's a 10% bond. Let me look. The court keeps 10% of a 10% bond. Yes, it's 2010%. So there's $180. $575. 2 in 1 year. The class is about $600, I believe. No drugs and no alcohol, no assaultive or threatening behavior. Fail to complete the class could result in an additional 30 days jail, 1 day per class. But I expect you're going to do what I ask you to do. I'm going to give you a referral also down to the probation department. This was in October 21st. By court time, this is pretty fast. We completed this case in 2 months, and sometimes they get dragged out for a long time. It was charged right away. Counsel was appointed right away. We had a pretrial as soon as we could, and I set it for sentencing as soon as we could. Your kids wonder, where's dad? Why don't you take this form downstairs to the probation department? I'll get you plugged in, and I expect that you're going to hold up your end of the deal. When this matter is completed, if you successfully complete the probation, it will not go as a public record of conviction.
And any information finds on any programming in Kalamazoo County, just run that with our probation department?
Yes.
Okay.
I said may explore doing classes in Kalamazoo County.
Thank you.
This is the iVoice And today I want to tell you a simple truth. Life can change when you decide to take responsibility for your actions. Mistakes happen, arguments happen, and sometimes life becomes harder than we expect. But what matters is how we rise after falling. When families break, everyone hurts, especially children, and that is why learning control. Patience and respect is so important. When you choose to grow, you choose a better future for yourself and the people who depend on you. Real strength is not in anger, it is in staying calm, understanding your emotions, and changing your behavior so it never happens again. Healing takes time, trust takes effort, but when you truly want to improve, life gives you another chance. Focus on becoming better every day. Focus on being the person your family can rely on. And remember that your future is built by your choices today. Stay strong, stay responsible, and keep moving toward a better version of yourself.